Well, hello and welcome to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Paul, and as always, I'm joined by
Thomas.
and all right, Thomas.
Sorry,
Little throaty there, Thomas.
a bit of throaty.
Yeah. We're about to dive into episode 4 of Planet of the Daleks. Can't remember quite where we left off. We've been enjoying it so far, though. Really liked it.
I think we left off at liftoff.
Very good. Nice.
This is a great concept. I mean, there's no way that would work in real life.
Oh no.
You need a
It is a
huge
great
hot air
concept.
balloon to lift. But yeah, it's genius. It's one of the Doctor's more out there plans. Oh, so close. Amazing. What a shot. That's brilliant. How have they done that?
How far have we come? That's hard to tell. Let's hope we're high enough to be out of range.
Yeah, I don't know how they shot that.
Oh, he's
It's got his rap again.
I love this story so much. The quirky little details like that. And again, this rainforest environment just looks brilliant. Oh, that was... Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
she's
that was
dead.
a sizable bit of debris.
Let's be honest, she's dead. Like, if that's a real stone, she is dead.
That angle is hilarious. Oh, yes. Is this our first flying Dalek?
Yeah. Although it was
That would
using
work,
something to
wouldn't
do
it?
that, wasn't it? Like,
Sorry, was that Dalek rising from the hot air as well?
I think it's using some kind of. I think they brought in a special thing, didn't they, to make it
Oh,
lift.
that kind of repel. Phew. Yes. No. I assume that was the case. I didn't quite.
But
catch
it's
that
not like it's not flying in the sense that they can all fly like they do in the modern era.
right. Yeah, and it's not that. It's just absorbing the heat and going.
No.
Because that would be kind of dumb, wouldn't it? But no, that makes sense. It was probably some very powerful magnet that was repelling it or something.
Shame they didn't quite have the budget for a proper explosion there.
Oh, nice bit of frame and an eye lying around.
Yeah,
there.
that's quite nice. That's a nice shot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and this is another really well sort of done scene. Another lovely sort of like bit of set here with the rocks and the shaft. You can. I can really believe it. Yeah, you see, it's got a disc underneath it. That Dalek.
Yeah.
It's like-
So you go. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool.
I am still in command here. And like it or not, you will obey orders. And believe me, Weber, if you don't, I shan't hesitate to kill you.
I think the conflict within the group works quite nicely.
It does. You can imagine the high pressure situation.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
quite believable.
Darth Weber.
Daft Weber.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is quite believable.
I mean, it's a simple idea, isn't it? Just having a few lights shining as if they're the eyes of animals, but
Yeah.
I'm happy to buy it, quite frankly.
Yeah, totally.
Take him to the Daleks.
That was quite a menacing ending, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I just thought I know I said before they remind me a bit of the Abominable Snowmen from like the Yeti and stuff, but it's just struck me who they look like. What's the name? What's the character? You know, McDonald's had all those characters,
Oh,
and there was like a purple one. who's like
Grimace.
Grimace. That's what it reminds me of.
Do you remember that trend of Grimace Shake where McDonald's did that drink, a kind of limited edition Grimace
No.
milkshake? It was purple, I think. And there was just a running joke online that if you drink it, kills you in a horrific way. So people were just doing TikTok videos of them like drinking it, and I'm like, oh, this is quite good. And then it cuts to them just being carried along by a river or something with the horror music in the background. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
No, I know what you mean. They do look a bit like that, quite cuddly almost.
Yeah.
But
What do you think of that then? Episode 4.
strong. Yeah. I was slightly worried when for a moment I thought the Dalek was rising by the hot air, but then you pointed out, yeah, they had brought some kind of device. So that made sense because that would have, I mean, there's suspending your disbelief and then there's
Suspending a Dalek.
So that I thought that chase worked really well. Kind of, we had going along the cooling shafts last time with the kind of icy gunge coming behind them, and then this chase up the kind of ventilation shaft with the hot air balloon and the Dalek coming up after them. I thought that worked really well.
This may be the most shaft-heavy story we've had in Doctor Who.
There's a lot of shaft, yeah. And yeah, the conflict between the Thals, that was quite well done. Tensions, disagreements over leadership. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah,
well.
I actually think it's really good. You know, and I think I mentioned to you before, maybe as we started this, that some people's criticism of this story is that they feel it's just a rewrite of the first Dalek story. And I think because I'd picked that up, in my head, I think I'd got it into my head that this story actually maybe isn't very good, that I only liked it because I was a kid and I have that sentimental, nostalgic stuff about it. And I think in my head as well, I'd also thought, because people criticise it for that reason, that lots of fans maybe looked at this story and thought it wasn't great. But I've been really surprised by the positive comments we've been getting about the story in the comment section on YouTube. And actually, watching it back, I think this is a really strong story. Like, with all the Daleks are great, the location is great, this conflict with the Thals within the group is good. I think there's just lots of really good characters in it. I think it all works really well. I think it's a really entertaining story. And actually, I think someone said in the comments, maybe John G, he said that this is the sort of 10th anniversary season, so actually you've got an excuse to sort of hark back to,
Right.
you know, to sort of ape those previous stories, which either people after 10 years would go, hey, this is a bit like that first one we ever had, and that's quite nice for them, or they've never actually seen it anyway because they weren't born at the time and, you know, there weren't really opportunities to watch repeats, so it doesn't really matter. And I think, yeah, that's pretty true, isn't it, if that's the case. So, yeah, I'm thinking it's a really good story. I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, that's a really interesting comment. Like, maybe because it's had a slight reputation of being a bit of a rehash, people have, it's maybe just actually become a bit of a hidden gem. And now, if you just watch it and kind of take it on its own terms, yes, there are things, echoes of the first Dalek story, but also a lot of new stuff. And yeah, it rattles along really nicely, and as you say, it looks great. It pulls off a lot of different environments in a convincing way, and so that's good to. Yeah, it's cool that people have been enjoying this. I've certainly been enjoying it, seeing it for the first time. So yeah. No, I'm keen to see the rest of it really, and just enjoy the rest of the story. So yeah. Well, if you're watching at home and you haven't commented already, or even have commented, do chuck a comment down below about what you're thinking of the story. Let us know what you're making of it so far. If you want to chat more about Doctor Who, you can join our Patreon, which is free. Not a Patreon, no, our Discord. You can join our Patreon, that's not free. If you want if you want to chat about Doctor Who, come to Discord, that's free. I don't know what we're doing. There's a link in the description for that. If you want the full reactions, you can come to our Patreon as well. There's a link in the description for that too. And I was about to say something else. Oh yes, we've only got one more story left after this, so we're heading towards the end of season 10. Won't be long before we do the season 10 review. So if you've got questions you'd like to put about the whole of the season 10 that we can answer in that, then chuck those below or on the Discord as well, and we'll do our best to answer those when we do the live one. So, but until then, or until next time. Bye-bye. Keep dancing. Sorry. Wonderful.